with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
So, we've yet to come up with the name of our show. We haven't had too many entries into this. I want to say 5 or 6 people have helped us or have tried to give us names of what to call Monday's RPG show. So, why don't you go ahead and stop whatever you're doing right now and go ahead and think of a name. It would be something blank, starting with an M, and then it can be a word starting with an M, and then Monday, or Monday, and then another word starting with an M, and go ahead and send us an email over at gamerleaf@gamerleafgo.com. All of the judges, which we'll leave a list of judges on the show notes, if they go ahead and your name of what you think our podcast should be called gets picked, you will be winning and receiving a copy of Triplock, which is a new game by Chip Theory Games, the same people who created the Too Many Bones, which we will be playing. So that's business of our show. Go ahead and send us an email over at gamerleaf@gamerleafgo.com. Kind of like Pokemon Go, but Gamerleaf Go. And we'll go ahead and give you another week. So we will go ahead and finish out. We'll go ahead and give you until the 21st. Well, what's today? Yeah, today's the 4th. No, actually, I'm recording this on the 14th. So when you hear this episode, it'll be the 16th of October. On the 23rd of October, we'll go ahead and give our judges a week from that time to come up with their favorite show. So the 30th, the day before Halloween, we'll announce the winner, so make sure you're listening then as well. And now, on to the rest of our Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. Today, we finally selected who we're going to be in the podcast, of who we're going to be, the characters. And I'm going to tell you about that and a little bit about the characters who will be. So, let's get geeky with Too Many Bones. First off, I chose and selected my character, so Gamer Leaf, who is me, is going to be Ghille, with eyes as big as zelly fruits. Ghille is the most aware gearlock in your party. His heightened senses give him the ability to stay one step ahead of his enemies before and during battle. His traps and companions make him a well-rounded fighter, one of the strongest for solo adventuring. So that's who I'm going to be, Ghille. He's kind of a creative folk or whatnot. He's holding a bow and arrow, and he looks like a native savage. So that's who I'm going to be, and let's move on, shall we? I picked him because there was only 3 available by the time they got to me, so I guess beggars can't be choosers, can we? And next off, we got Lady Leaf. She has chosen Nugget. I guess there's only 2 girl characters, so naturally she picked one of them, and Nugget. Actually, Princess Leaf has been teasing her about chicken nugget. So, chicken dinner, or whatever you want to call it. But she's Nugget, and just to tell you about her, most gearlocks are inventors by nature. But these skills have faded as technology has become more and more scarce. Nugget is determined to change this by uncovering every bit of tech Delore has hidden in its troves and caches. Armed with a long sword and a sling, she is quite the skirmisher when loot is nearby. So that's who Lady Leaf will be playing, the lovely Nugget. So let's move on, shall we? Yes, we shall. Next off, we have Wizard Leaf. He hasn't been on the show for a while, but we're glad to have him back. He will be Tantrum, and I don't know why he picked who he picked. I don't know why anybody picked who they did, besides me, and I can't even be sure with that. I had I had the healing person, I had him, the person I ended up picking, and then had like a battler or a protector. So that's who I ended up picking, the fighter, I think. No, the perceptive one. And they called me the crazy one. No, he's more perceptive than anybody. Hey, people, come on. So, going back to where I was coming from, is we have Wizard Leaf, who decided to be Tantrum. At first off, I thought maybe this would be a perfect role for none other than Little Leaf, or Bat Leaf, whatever you want to call her, but just because of the name, because sometimes she can break into a tantrum, or I guess our son Snack Leaf. But anyways, Wizard Leaf has selected Tantrum, and it looks like he's pretty difficult. He's got a 4 rating for co-op and 3 for solo, so there you go. And Tantrum, being fearless and having a temper, is usually not a good combination, but in Tantrum's case, it's perfect. Don't let his small stature fool you. Tantrum is a powder keg of DMG just waiting to be ignited. If Tantrum can control his rage, he is perhaps the most devastating gearlock in the party. So watch out for Wizard Leaf being Tantrum. And then who do we got next? We've got Princess Leaf, who she just decided to be Boomer. And Lady Leaf, she says Boomer, Boomer, I forget what she says, Boomer, something going with Boom, because she was being called Chicken Dinner. So Boomer is who Princess Leaf picked. Any ideas why? That's right, because it was the other girl character and she's a girl. So, Boomer, throw first, talk later. Boomer is an incredible asset to your party's overall damage output, with hard hits that hurt multiple baddies, as well as some very useful crowd control. Boomer can easily level any enemy lines if you manage her grenades well. So there you go. That's who Princess Leaf. She will be Boomer. And then, last of all, but not least of all, is we have Barbarian Leaf. Now, Barbarian Leaf, he chose Tink. Now, Tink, a little bit about Tink. Just like his hots, this old gearlock keeps going and going. At first glance, many underestimate Tink and write off his hots as more of a nuisance in battle rather than effective combatants. Time and again, however, Tink is the last lock standing and proves to be quite the asset to any adventurer party. I'd have to agree he's the last one standing. He's usually the last one to end up falling asleep at night and the first one up in the morning. He doesn't believe in sleep out of all the Leafs in the Gamer Leaf household. So there you go. That's what we have as who our characters are going to be. So hopefully you'll be able to follow us a little bit better as we dive into this adventure. Now it's time for Adventures in Application Acquisition. Now what's a different application that I have on my phone? Well, I don't really have too many applications on my phone. I guess the one I use most, probably, well, the two I use most, well, 3. I use Pocket Cast. That's how I listen to the podcast. And I can tell you, let's see, yeah, Pocket Cast. That's what I use the most of. And I have a list of podcasts, who I use or who I listen to. On there is Dice Hard. They go ahead and take a movie. I was actually on this podcast once upon a time. And Alex goes ahead and he takes a movie and you create a board game out of it. It's a pretty fun one. You'll have to listen to it. Then mine, of course. And then the Glass Cannon Podcast. It's an actual role play game of, what is it? They play not D&D 5th edition, but they play the other game, which I can tell you. Actually, I'll look at the notes and we'll see what it says here. So we'll go here and we'll look at the show notes because I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember. It is, are they going to tell me? Yeah, they're not going to tell me. I'll go back to the, heck, I wish I was smarter, or I wish I could remember stuff. Well, I have a hard time remembering. I teased that my memory was that of Dory when she first, what do you call it? When she first come around. Well, before she had the whole thing that she has. But anyways, so going on with that, let's see if I can tell you. It is where they're playing. I'll check it out. I also have the interweb, so bear with me a moment. Okay, that was embarrassing. Well, anyways, they do an actual playthrough of Pathfinder. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Piazo's Pathfinder. So, check them out on the podcast, and then let's go back to my app, Pocket Apps, or Pocket Cast, I mean, and let's see what else we have here. My other podcasts I have that I really listen to, because some of them I have on here, but I don't listen to them. We're Not Wizards, starring the great Richard Simpson. where he goes ahead and has great creators on, like I do, and talks to them about their games. Then we have Funding the Dream, which is by Richard Bliss, the Dream Whisperer. Why am I so not with it tonight? Sorry, I apologize. Then I have Trail Manor because I'd like to run ultra marathons. Don't listen to the running ones as much with the whole gaming thing going on. Then Boards and Swords. It's been a long time since I listened to them, but they seem to do a pretty good job. As well as RP Michael from the RPG Academy. He says if you're having fun, you're doing it right. And then we got the Tantrum House. They recently launched, and they're similar to what I do with bringing on the Kickstarter. They have Kickstarter Conundrum. And then another one, Nerd Therapy. I haven't dove into that, but they're going to be an RPG of our D&D, but it sounds like they don't have swearing, so I'm kind of excited about that. Also, Rhado talks through it, but I haven't clicked on that to listen yet. So those are a couple of the podcasts on my Pocket Cast. What I would do to fix that application, because that's probably what you're going to ask me next, isn't it? I knew it, because you've heard the show. So yeah, what I would do to fix Pocket Cast is I would go ahead and make it so it doesn't crash so dang much. I'll be going and it'll go out to tell me the message, or it'll go out to tell me about where I need to turn right here, or such and such on my Google Maps. And next thing I know, I have to go back into Pocket Cast. So it will work again. So that's what I would do to make that a better application. What about you? What applications have you been using lately, whether it be a tablet, a smartphone, or whatnot? Go ahead and give us some suggestions. If you like, go ahead and send us a voice message or something if you can do something like that on Facebook under Getting Geeky with Game Relief, and we can go ahead and play those on the show. That would be great, wouldn't it? Game Relief at GameReliefGo.com, like we stated before. So let's get on with it. Next, we have Kickstarter Corner. Now it's time for Kickstarter Corner. Bear with me as Snackleaf is in the background watching something or another. I think it's just a Disney flick. But so bear with me if you would, please. Now, on to Kickstarter Corner. So, first off, we want to bring you Impact Minatures has a great one on the Kickstarter Corner. It is D20, D30, RPG, and DCC dice, chain sets, new D17, D19, D26, and D28. These are great. They would be great for people to play like the Glass Cannon podcast and different people doing different adventures, because it would make my job, well, it would make my life a lot easier if I'm listening to one of their shows. I don't have to worry about who has such and such extra abilities, and it's written on their paper, which I can't see their paper, nor can I see their dice, I guess. But this way, if they roll a 30-sided dice, they can land on any of those, and they don't have to add in all the different particulars that they have on their character sheet. That would be great fun. So check that out over on the Kickstarters. And then moving down the list, we also have, let's see here, we also have Fisher Heaton's Games INTELLE, which is going through the 4th of November. And just a little bit about this game. They just barely launched, and it looks like a pretty fun game. Let me tell you about it. Let's see here. Fisher Hunter Games INTELLE. It's a cube placement strategy game for 2 players. One player is Black Hat, a cunning hacker determined to infiltrate and bring down the corporation. The opposing player is the White Hat, employed by the corporation to protect its valuable data. Players take turns strategically placing blocks of code with intent to control the various systems of the corporation. Reminds me a lot of Netrunner, which has been a while since I played, but that would be a great one. And we also wanted to wish, it's going to be belated because it was just this weekend or whatnot when I recorded this and whatnot, but we wanted to wish David Abelson, the head producer and the creator of this game over at Fish and Heaton Games, a happy belated anniversary to him and his wife. So many more years to you all to come. And then next we have from King Raccoon Games, we have TSUKUYUMI. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Full Moon Down, a truly asymmetric board game. It's a strategic tabletop board game in which unique asymmetric factions fight for world domination after the moon crashed into the earth. Look for probably this episode. Hopefully it'll be coming out to you this week, I hope. So look for that to be launching this week. They really funded in They were 100% funded within 24 hours, I want to say. So look for them. They're going strong on their stretch goals, and they have through the 5th of November. So check them out over on the Kickstarters if you would. And then another one, which I don't remember if I released the episode. I might have. But if I haven't, I will get on that as well. We have Gloom of Kilforth, Fantasy Quest game expansions. The first set of expansions of Gloom of Kilforth, the Sellout Fantasy Quest game, plus the reprint of the original game. This had lots of great art, and what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to go ahead and check and see. It looks like I still need to go ahead and release the episode. So this actually, just to let you know, their game goes through the 31st of October. So go ahead and back them on the Kickstarter so you can get all the pretty art that they have on that great game. Then, next of all, we have Trench. This is by Mike over at Outer Limit Games. We were hoping to get him on, but he had a cough, so I'm not sure. Especially, this is almost over. It's called Trench, Play with Art, a timeless, innovative, abstract strategy game with 2 players based on the trench wars of World War I. And yeah, this is a great game. They've over-launched by quite somewhat. I think they're over like 400% on their launching and what they're funding, so that's great. Check them out. It's like Checkers and Chess, but a lot more pretty and modern. So check them out on the Kickstarters if you would. And like I said, it's going to end really soon here. The 19th of October, so the day before my birthday, which is on the 20th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And once again, I'd like to apologize. We've got Snack Leaf in the background, so don't mind him. And then, let's see here. One we just barely found out about today, but it was a couple days ago when I'm recording this. Let me go ahead and tell you about a new one that just barely launched on Friday, which is today actually. But it is coming to us from Dark Naga Adventures, Kevin Watson, and it's Dark Naga Confronting Hastur for 5th edition. A non-linear adventure in the classic sandbox style where the party, level 10 to 11, opposes the followers of a Lovecraftian old one. So, what could be more fun than this? It's a Lovecraftian, and I love Lovecraftian, plus a sandbox style RPG. And I just recently learned what those are from listening to the Glass Cannon podcast. So, big shout out to them over there, the Glass Cannon podcast. Now I know what sandboxes are all about, and you can too if you listen to them, or any other RPG probably for that matter. They have Skid who does Nerdage, and that's how I learned about it. And then next we have, what else do we have here? We've got Frontier the card game. Now, this one's really great. We actually had the opportunity to play it in our home, and we did a review episode. There's great free shipping is something they offer. And yeah, they're getting really close to their goal. They end on the 24th of October, so this will be the following Tuesday from when you're hearing this. And check them out. They're like, right now at the time of this recording, they're at $2,450 out of their $3,000 goal. Really hope they make it. That's over from Meet Me at the Table board games. Check them out on the Kickstarters. And then what else do we have here? We also have Angel Blood RPG. Now, this is Angel Blood Publishing presents a tabletop RPG that we all want. After 13 long years, Angel Blood, the tabletop RPG, is ready to be unleashed on the masses. It's time for everyone to be a game changer. This goes through the 9th of November. And check them out. Right now, they're about almost halfway through their goal. They're at $2,249 out of $5,000. So check them out on the Kickstarters if you would. And then we also got Space Fighter, Fighting in Space. And I just barely had the opportunity to sit down with this guy. It's going to be quite an adventure. So you want to listen for that podcast coming up pretty soon here. Hopefully within the next week as well. But it's Space Fighter, tabletop space fighting game in space, of course. Space Fighter is a 2-player space theme tabletop strategy game. It's a 30-minute game that you can take and play in a cafe, and you can roll the mat in half if you need to. So it makes it really quick. And I wanted to go ahead and play this lovely music for you. So let's listen to this. Space Fighter, fighting in space. Gotta love that. I had him singing it a couple times on the podcast. So definitely check that out over on the Kickstarters. And let's see here. And that, like, what did I say? Did I tell you when that runs through? I probably didn't because I'm loopy like that. Well, it runs through the 5th of November. So check them out on the Kickstarter. I really hope they make their goal as well. And then let's see what else we have here. We have Record. This is a guitar game. Have you ever wanted to play a guitar? Have you ever wanted to mix that with a board game? Now you actually have the chance to do just that. A guitar-themed strategy game for 2 to 4 players. Become a tabletop guitar hero. Right now, at the time of this recording, they're at $6,342 out of $14,950 of a goal. You have the chance to become a backer and get a great game. Right now, they have 12 days to go, so they end on the 27th of October. Check them out. There's lots of cool things that look like picks. I think they are picks, so check them out on the Kickstarters as well. And then we also have Adventures in Zombiewood. This runs through the 11th of November, which is Veterans Day. Make sure you check this one out. It is Adventures in Zombiewood, a fast-paced cooperative homage to the zombie genre. Finish your movie, fight the horde, and survive to see your film's rating. This is a really cool one, and the creator is actually out of where I was stationed when I was in the Air Force, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. So shout out to anyone living in Belleville or who's ever lived in Belleville, Illinois. This is Baskerville Productions. Check them out on the Kickstarters too. Right now they're at $1,922 out of the $3,000 goal. Check them out and make sure you back it. It looks like a fun game. Now, let's see here. Did we cover everything? If we missed something, go ahead and give us an email over it. GameRelief@GameReliefGo.com. We'll make sure to include it in the next episode. We'll do one last thing that we've been trying to make sure we do. We'll see if there's any upcoming birthdays, shall we? Well, I don't know how far in advance my Facebooks will allow me to go, but we can check it out, definitely, don't you think? We'll see if we know anybody with an upcoming birthday. Anyways, let's see here. Do we have, see upcoming birthdays? They even have a link for that. So I clicked it, and of course they're going to tell me any upcoming birthdays. So as this is airing on, let's see, when is this airing? Well, yeah, this is airing on Monday, October 16th. Well, actually, we have a fan of the show. He was one of our first fans. We'd like to wish Michael Boone a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Michael, from Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Let's see if any other fans of the show. If you're a fan of the show, make sure you let us know, because how else will we know? We also, I don't know if he's a fan of the show, but we also have Jess Smart Smiley. He's a great artist out there in Utah. Check out his work. Happy birthday to him on Tuesday. And let's see here. And somebody I served with in the Air Force, Greg Edkin, is turning 31 years old on Tuesday as well. He was in the Air Force station with me. We went through tech school together. Check him out. And yeah, I don't know what he's up to now, but it looks like at the recording of this episode, he had somewhat of a beard going on in his picture. So, nice beard, Airman Edkin. You look quite a bit different. And I remember you from the Air Force. But happy birthday, Greg, and to all those that we just said happy birthday to, or if you are having a birthday coming up, make sure you let us know at Getting Geeky with Game Relief at GameReliefGo.com, or send me a Facebook message at BlakeLeafD or at Getting Geeky with Game Relief. We'll make sure we leave you on that. We'll go ahead and get you shouted out there. Now, to sing it to him. Happy birthday to y'all. Happy birthday to y'all. Happy birthday, dear y'all. Whoever I mentioned, it is your birthday, and you are on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Can't wait till next year so we can sing again to you. Have a great day. Now, this is Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Go ahead and sign out, Game Relief. Game Relief, signing out. Peace, y'all.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.